going to practice some chords today. And I'm moving between the D chord and then the G chord. So before, let's say I'm learning these two chords brand new. I've learned this chord and I've learned this chord, but I don't know how to transition between the two yet, right? Not using the A yet. So I've got to remember what I know from squeezing the chord down and meeting every engagement simultaneously on each chord, right? So I've got that D chord going, got that happening. I can take it apart and rebuild it very comfortably. And then this is, it's great, but I don't know, sometimes I need to just practice the transitions. I know this G chord cold, but if I don't practice the transitions from one chord to the next, then I don't have any context of what happens when we get the rubber meeting the road. So I've got to transition. To practice the transition from one chord to the next is so important. And I would do this depending on the complexity of the chord. Like if I was moving from a C major 7, 9 to this one's not too difficult. But if I'm moving from this C major 7 right here to an F major 7, there's a little bit more movement going on. So I've got, or an E minor, whatever, 6/9, whatever you call that. That's a cool sound. And then chord changes really take a lot of processing power because we're moving each finger. We're not only looking for where we're going, we've got, each finger has its own destination. So we're processing three things at once, looking for different strings. And then we're also wondering a little bit about the right hand, like, what the hell am I going to do to pick this thing? So, finally we become familiar with the range of motion with the fretting hand and the range of motion with the picking hand, because the D chord and the G chord, those two chords have different strings that we really want to focus on changing between string groups, right? So if I wanted to go from this C, that D chord, I could also go to G this way, but keeping the D in the bass. Pretty cool. And then I could go back to D up here, which is an inversion. If you've seen some of my other videos, like the D chord rabbit hole video, if you've seen that one, you know that the D chord's inverted all over the guitar neck, right? So we've got D, I'm going to G, but I'm keeping the D string in the bass. I'm going back up to D again, and then up to G again, and then up to D, and then G. So those are transitions that are worth noting, because I think some Pink Floyd licks are based on this kind of idea. So, run, 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 run. Scary album right there. So we've got another D chord here, and we could transition to that F or that G chord up here. So we're not only worried about, transitioning from one chord to the next. What if I'm going, this is great if I'm playing like a Bob Dylan or a Pete Seeger tune, but maybe we're playing something where we need to get that first fret, like an Eagles tune, What if we need to get that? So surprise, all of a sudden we're not in the key of D again anymore. So that's a completely different sound from, we would never be able to get fret 1 with this position, right? So practicing chord transitions is really important. Today we worked on the D and the G, and we had a few different examples of why and where and what, and see you next time.